We need to live.
Okay, why?
Just like,
why?
like
that's rude to animals. You're putting pesticides on your crops. Just eat pigs that I know have been taken from a safe, healthy place.
Yeah, but from where? Where is this place? And I'll go there. I'll go there. In fact, if you tell me where it is, I'll pack that table up. I'll get in the car and I'll drive there now.
Okay.
Come with me. Come on, find me one.
It says in the Bible. This is a verse.
Read me the Bible.
Put up here. Rule over the fish in the sea.
People want to do, and people
Yeah,
want to eat
I
pigs.
want to steal a purse.
And you can steal a person. Not
You kill a human in self-defence?
No, I wouldn't want to.
You kill an animal for no reason.
I'd kill an animal so I can eat it. And I think.
What's your name, mate?
Daniel.
Daniel J. Good to meet you.
Hello.
I'm not Israeli. What are they on about?
See, Daniel, I told you, bro.
Okay. What do you mean by abuse pigs?
Abuse is mental or physical cruelty to pigs. So, you know, when you eat a bacon sandwich, sausage, that is a result of abuse. Do you agree or disagree?
I would say that the reason why we eat pigs is because it tastes good, you know.
Yeah.
And
What if
same way, if something tastes good and you want to eat it, I think it's okay to kill it humanely.
Yeah.
If it's treated unhumanely, I would say that isn't necessarily right. But so long as it's treated and killed humanely, I think it's okay to eat pigs.
What does humanely look like? So if I was going to kill a dog, where's a dog? Where's a dog? If I was going to kill that dog over there, humanely, how would I do it?
Okay, I'd say you bring it up well, right? You treat it well. You don't like obviously hit it, keep it in bad conditions.
Yeah.
When the time comes to kill it, you make sure it doesn't feel pain in that way. And you kill it.
Do you think that the animals that you eat live happy lives, or do you think they're in factory farms getting abused and lying in shit and in dirty conditions with infections, being fed antibiotics, and then forced into a gas chamber and lowered and killed and gassed and neck slit and all them things? Do you think that's nice, or?
I wouldn't say it's nice, but I would also say that I try to find good, like humanely killed food.
But how can you find that? So obviously, where are you going to eat today? You're going to eat at McDonald's or something, or where are you going to eat?
I'm going to eat at my house.
Eat at your house?
Food that I've bought.
Where did you buy it from?
From the supermarket.
Where did they buy it from?
Well, I try to look for places that they bought it from that are reliable.
Where, like? Well, give me an example.
I don't know if I can give you an example off the top of my head. But
Yeah. I don't think you know, do you? I don't think you know.
I don't know exactly what the names are, but I do look for them. Yeah.
Around 90%. I think it's more. It's got to be more. From different sources of information, 90% to 95% of all animals are factory farmed. They live in shit, horrible conditions. They are forcefully raped to have babies so that we get their milk. They take the babies away from the mothers, which is mentally disastrous for the cow. We gas pigs, we slit the necks of animals. When you look at stuff like this is like the norm. So like this, when you buy from a supermarket, they're in horrendous conditions like that. Now it's probably nice to think, oh yeah, you know, I eat a cow that ran around a field and at the end of its life it got shot in the head. It got killed as a baby, not 25 years old. They get killed as babies. So would you say that you agree or disagree with that? So just looking at that cow now,
Well, I'd say
he's done nothing wrong. It's an innocent being. That could have easily been you. It's only by chance that you're born into a human body. Would you say that that is okay?
I would say that it's not okay to treat animals badly when you kill them. No.
Are you for or against that?
I would say I'm against that.
You're against that. So that's one. That's one. Remember that one.
Yes.
Are you for or against? Are you for or against that man grabbing that little goat and putting him on the floor and doing that for no reason?
I would say for no reason, yeah, I'd say I'm against that.
There we go, there's
I would
two.
like to ask you, have you just picked deliberate sources that are deliberately horrible?
They're all horrible, so even if I get...
Surely there are some places which aren't as horrible, because I know that some people, like people who want to be concerned about the safety and health of animals, do treat animals well.
But it's impossible, because there's so many people. It's impossible to have like a small farm where they look after the animal. Not that it's right anyway, but you know, if they left an animal grow to 25 years and kill it and then eat it, it's still bad. It's still bad. So, go on. What was it?
Search up videos of happy pigs.
Happy pigs.
Happy pigs.
If I show you a video of that pig, what is happy about that pig who's just broke his legs jumping off the back of a lorry trying to escape?
Okay.
There's nothing.
Nothing's happy about it. But again, I'd say
if I had £1 million, I would put £1 million on the table.
Okay.
Go to a factory farm, and if you can find one happy pig, I'll give you the £1 million.
Well,
that's how confident I am.
I'd say that is a biased opinion, because if you're saying for me to go to a factory farm, then I won't be able to find a happy pig. But if I go to a farm that treats pigs well, I think I will be able to find. A
Well,
happy pig.
how would a small farm or a nice farm kill a pig nicely? Like, tell me, like, I don't know.
You'd give it probably injection or something to make it not feel the pain.
Yeah, but they don't do that. That's the point. If they could, it would be better, but they don't.
How do you know that they don't do that? Have you gone to every farm and checked that?
In a perfect world, you know, I could make up a scenario and just go, yeah, it would be better to do this, but
you could also make up a scenario about, or not necessarily make up, but you could deliberately search for the worst case scenarios to show people that. And I'd say that if you're arguing if you can abuse pigs, I can abuse dogs,
yeah,
I would say for what reason are you abusing the pigs? And it isn't necessarily right to abuse them.
Yeah.
But if you're eating pigs, right, I think that's okay. Eating dogs or raising dogs in a large environment that's all squished, cramped, as you said,
I understand what you're saying. So you're looking for you're looking for a situation where animals are treated nicely, and I'm saying I like that. I like that idea,
okay.
But you can't just say that you want them to have a needle because they don't just have a needle. You know what I mean? There's no way around it.
Then we should tell people, and the government should enforce laws to make them have that. That isn't necessarily something.
No, the government haven't created it. It's the fact that it's the demand. Everyone eats it, so they keep producing it.
Just because everyone eats it doesn't mean they can't be treated nicely. So I think.
No, but they're not treated nicely because there's factory farms.
I'm saying they should be treated nicely.
Yeah, they should, but they're not. So what I'm saying is facts are facts. It's not. I agree with you. They should be treated.
What's your point? Other than that, I know that they're treated badly, and I know they're abused. But you're saying that if you can abuse pigs, we agree. Pigs are sometimes abused.
Yeah,
Why are you
all the
saying
time.
You can
All the
abuse
time.
Dogs?
All the time.
Why would you abuse a dog?
I've been arrested for sitting on top of a gas chamber that gassed 4,000 pigs every single day. And when I heard the screams and I got stuff dripping off the ceiling onto my head, and the smell and the shit and the infections, pissing myself in the corner, trembling with fear, you can't just sit there and say, oh yeah, but you know, we need to give them an injection, because that's not possible when you've got so many people.
I'm saying the
I know what you're saying,
that are abusing pigs, they should be told to not abuse pigs, and that's facts.
Well, it's not gonna, I agree, but it's not going to happen. So,
okay, so what are you trying to say?
As a lad, you know, if someone was beating up an animal over there, you'd probably try and stop them, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So why wouldn't you protect animals that are in farms getting the neck slit? I don't get it, because it's like
what do you want me to do? Because I can protest to the government if you want me to. I can.
No. All you've got to do is stop eating it.
Okay. Well, what if, as I told you, I just eat pigs that I know have been taken from a safe, healthy place?
Yeah, but from where? Where is this place? And I'll go there. I'll go there. In fact, if you tell me where it is, I'll pack that table up. I'll get in the car and I'll drive there now.
Okay.
Come with me. Come on, find me one. This is it, man. There is no way out. If there was a way out of this conversation, I'd be eating chicken and shit, you know what I mean? It's like me saying I'm against racism and then going to kick a person of another colour, you know what I mean? It don't exist, you can't do it. It's an oxymoron, you know what I mean? I'm guessing you lot don't want to speak in justice, lad.
Are animals slaughtered humanely? Are animals slaughtered humanely in the UK? UK regulations require animals to be stunned before slaughter. It also says Humane Slaughter Association improving standards in animal. I'm assuming that says slaughter.
Yeah. Well, yesterday.
This just proved that there are places.
No, it doesn't prove. No.
If there's websites online that are deliberately advocating for animals to be treated and killed humanely, then I'd say that even though you could be vegan. That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I was at an RSPCA protest where we were protesting to the RSPCA because they keep lying and putting a stamp on the food saying that it's okay and the animals are treated well, they get enough space, they get enough clean food, they're well looked after. But that's funny because there's loads of investigations exposing that. Watching these animals getting cramped into nasty conditions. My mate showed me a picture yesterday on his camera of a pig that had been eaten to death, lying there next to its whole family. Now, the RSPCA would see that and go, that's okay, because they get money from it, and it makes people like you think, oh, that's all right, I'll eat that, it's been well looked after. It's all a lie. It's all been exposed. I don't know if you've heard of Joe Carbstrong. He has just exposed loads of different farms around the country that treat animals badly. It's like, even if they weren't being treated badly, it's still bad.
Are you saying...
Well, put yourself in that position.
Okay, are you saying that if I were to create a farm, if I were to make a place where I raise my animals carefully, I love my animals, I killed them humanely, right? I followed regulations, would you say that would you not agree that that is a good way to eat?
I think it's a better way, but my view is it's still bullying animals. Like, why would you bully animals? Just leave them alone. Why don't you just not have a farm, not have the animals, not treat them well, not fist them?
Because I want to have protein. Protein's good for you.
Yeah, but I could say I wanted to nick that woman's purse, but I'm not.
Is that necessarily good for you?
Well, yeah, because I'd have loads of money, but
you'd get put in trouble for it because it's taking from another human being. Animals
legality
do not have the
matter.
same. You're saying legality doesn't matter.
Legality doesn't matter.
Legally, why are you saying that animals should not be killed? Because it's rude to the animals, it's mean to them, it causes them pain.
Well, would you want to be in the animal's position?
I don't think I would, but I'm not an animal.
No, you definitely wouldn't.
I'm a human.
You are an animal. Everyone's an animal.
I think that humans are distinct and separate from animals.
What is it that? Why? Just
we have a soul and a conscience that I believe God's given us.
You were born
which I believe animals do not have the same understanding.
What have you done to deserve to be born into that body just by choice, just by chance? Sorry, just by chance you've been born into that body, and you're saying that anyone outside of my species, anyone outside deserves to die? Such as cows, pigs.
I wouldn't say they deserve to die.
So why do you bully them then? Because people keep bullying animals and killing them and fisting them and raping them and slitting their throats, and we're saying leave them alone, man.
Okay, sure, leave them alone. I completely agree with that. Don't do that to animals.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that if you can treat animals humanely, do that. Like, you don't have to kill them. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to kill them inhumanely. You don't have to treat them in bad conditions.
So on your farm,
what you can do is treat them well and then kill them humanely so that you can eat them.
Okay, so on your farm, you've got the animals. How would you kill them humanely?
I would make it so they're unconscious, they can't feel it.
Yeah.
And then I would kill them. I'm sure I'd research a way that is going to cause the least amount of gore, blood possible.
But why would you do that when you could just not do it?
Do that? Because I want to eat the food, I want to eat the protein.
Yeah, but I could say that
I'm a Christian, and I believe that God has given us dominance over all the species.
You believe?
Of the animals.
Did he say that?
I believe. God says that in the Bible. He gave mankind. Yo, do you want me to leave? Right, fine.
No, it's calm. I was just going to say that although this is a decently good argument, we can say that in the animal kingdom and the animal species, not only do they kill each other, they kill each other inhumanely. You could say, for example, a lion. You could say a lion kills a gazelle.
Are you a lion?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Remember who you are. You are not the one true savage.
saying a lion kills a gazelle and it doesn't kill it humanely. It tears it apart, it'll eat it, it'll kill it, and it'll just leave it. It'll leave its carcass on there. So it's part of an animal cycle. If you're saying that we're animals, we will kill to have food. And yes, it may not be humane. Yes, it might not be as good as we'd want it to be. But at the same time, it's a cycle, and it's a cycle that none of us can change. Just because we stop eating animals does not mean that we stop this cycle.
No. So I know what you're saying. So in nature, the lion eats the gazelle.
Yep.
You are nothing like a lion. You are someone who's got a choice. You've got a heart. You know that you're a good person. You wouldn't go around hurting animals or hurting people. I hope. I'm guessing. Some people, yeah. So why are you doing this to animals? You're not a lion.
We're not killing them. We're not killing the animals.
Yeah, but you're paying someone to.
Are we paying them?
If I pay a hitman to kill a person, I've killed that person. It's my fault.
Okay, we paid after they've been killed. We're not paying. We're not paying for them to be killed.
In business, you got supply and demand. So if you buy something, it gets replaced.
Yeah.
It's demand. So for as long as people keep eating them and drinking their breast milk and their secretions and their cheese, it's going to keep happening.
I don't think it's a bad thing to eat animals. If I'm being honest, it says in the Bible. This is a verse.
Read me the Bible.
Put up here. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground.
Rule over.
Rule over.
Yeah, protect them. Rule over them.
I would say that also in the Bible.
No, it doesn't say bully. God doesn't say bully the animals.
God also talks about sacrifices in the Bible.
Where does he say bully the animals?
He doesn't say bully the animals. That's not what God said. God said that
would you say you're a free thinker? Would you say you're a free thinker? Like, that you don't do what the government says, you can think for yourself, you don't have to be led?
I'd say that I vote. I'm going to vote for the people who I want in the government, and the people who I vote for, that is my choice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you think you're a free thinker? Do you think that you can think for yourself? You don't need anyone to tell you.
Yes.
You can. So why is it that you have just been told to eat these certain animals? You haven't thought for yourself. You've gone, I'm going to eat these and stroke these ones. I'm going to stroke the dog, and I'm going to kill the pig, and I'm going to kill that, and I'm going to stroke the cat. Someone's told you that.
Well, I think
you haven't thought that for yourself. You haven't thought that for yourself.
The dog, right? I think I haven't tried dog, but I have tried pig, and I know it tastes good. And
Would you kill it yourself?
I don't think I'd kill it myself.
You don't look violent
really
to me.
want
I think if you're not violent, you shouldn't act violent, because what you're doing, you're paying someone who is violent to kill the animal so you can have it in a little package in Tesco.
I am doing that, yes, because I want to be able to eat my food.
But I eat food. I eat loads of food. I eat 2,800 calories per day. I eat protein.
I want to have animal protein, so I want animal meat because it actually tastes good. It's nice, you know, it's good
but
for
loads
you.
of things taste good. It's only a pleasure. I could say that sex feels good, so I'm allowed to rape. It's only a pleasure.
I would say that's a rather different thing than...
It's different, but it's still the same concept. You're getting a pleasure from it, so you're saying it's taste. It's definitely not necessary. You know that it's not necessary.
I'd say it's not necessarily necessary.
Yeah.
But I would
100%.
say that it is not something that is wholly wrong to kill an animal in order to eat it for food.
But why is it not okay to kill an animal? Because if I was going to abuse a pet,
I think there's a difference between abuse and killing an animal.
So what the videos I've just showed you of the animals who are lying in horrific conditions and then getting pushed towards their death and lowered into gas chambers, you wouldn't call that abuse?
I would call that abuse, but I'm also saying that there are places where they kill animals that isn't abuse.
And I said, if you show me, I'll pack the table, get in the car and drive you there.
I pulled up on Google.
No, you didn't show me. You didn't show me any evidence there that there's a nice farm. And like I said, you can find the farm and we can go there and we can have a look.
I'm all right, thanks, but
it's because you know I'm right, man. You know there is nowhere where there is a nice farm where animals are getting tortured, killed, and raped. There's not one. There's not one.
Can I say something?
Yes, mate.
I think that it's not really about if it's good or bad or anything like that. It's more like it's about human want, and as a society,
I want to steal a purse.
Then you can technically steal a purse.
No, I can't.
You can, but it's still wrong. But you want to steal the purse, and people steal purses all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get caught. They can go to jail, or they can get away with it, and then that's just the way that life goes. And we want to eat pigs, so we eat pigs, and we do it in an inhumane way because it's what we want.
I want to put dogs into boiling water.
Technically you could, but as a society, as a group of people, not as an individual, as a group of people, it's not enough of us want to do something for everyone to change it, and then we would be able to have it. So in the past,
if I want to bully animals, I can.
If a large enough group of people want to bully animals, I guess they could.
What if one person wants to bully an animal?
Then they have to have everyone else agree with them, or they're just going to get told no. People can do whatever they want to do.
What if you were the victim?
If I were the victim, if I was a victim, then I'm just a victim. But
no, but you wouldn't you don't want to be a victim, do you? Be a victim of killing. You don't want to be a victim of fraud. You don't want to be a victim.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that it's just what people want to do, and people want to.
I want to steal a purse.
And you can steal a purse. I'm not saying that you can't do it. You can do it, but there's going to be consequences for it.
Yeah. And the consequences of us bullying animals is the animal lives a miserable life and gets abused. And we're saying it's wrong.
What I'm saying is people don't want to abuse dogs. But in the past, dogs were eaten, and then at some point we decided we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, like now, like with cows and chickens and sheep.
But at this point in time right now, we still want to eat those things. We still find it enjoyable.
Yeah, I find it enjoyable to steal purses.
And you can steal purses.
No, I can't.
You can? Why can't you steal a purse? Why can't you have the ability to do it?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you should do it. I'm just saying that more people want to do it.
I've got the ability to get a gun and go around killing people, but I'm not.
Exactly, and that happens all the time.
It doesn't happen all the time.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
But
is it right or wrong?
And we can all agree that it's wrong, but it still happens.
So just because you've got a choice whether to do something, it doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But
so just because you want to abuse animals, it doesn't mean that it's right.
Yeah, but we're not saying. The question isn't asking if it's right or wrong. It's asking if you can or can't do something.
No. The ability to do something is different to morality. The ability is nothing to do with morality. I can do anything. I can go over here now and do absolutely anything. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
The question is, if you can abuse pigs, I can abuse dogs.
So can I abuse dogs?
That is not. I would say that you shouldn't abuse pigs or dogs. I say that you should treat them and animals.
No.
I say you should treat animals in a way that is humane and kind. I would again disagree. I would say that there are ways to treat animals well and still eat them.
Yeah, leave them alone. Leave them, man.
So you're eating more grain and more wheat and things, right?
I'm eating plants in general.
So plants, yeah. And how do you know that those plants haven't taken animals from their habitats and used their habitat to make those food? So if everyone decided to stop killing animals, everyone decided to just let them be, right?
Yeah.
We would have to use massive amounts of space and land from those animals' land that you decided to stop killing to build those grain houses. Because we can't just build a giant tower full of grain.
No. If everyone went vegan, It would free up 75% of land use. And do you know what the reason that is? The reason is, if 80 billion animals stopped eating all the crops, we would free up more land just to feed the crops to humans. And that's facts. I can back that up with facts.
I would say less land would be used. But that doesn't still mean that land isn't still being taken from animals.
Yeah,
so
well,
no matter what you're eating,
we've got to live.
No matter what you're eating, you're still going to cause bad things for animals. And you just said you got to live or die, right?
So what I'm saying
choosing.
is
my choice.
We can defend our crops from pests. That's okay because we need to live.
Okay, why?
Why?
That's rude to animals. You're putting pesticides on your crops, or you just said you defend animals from pests, right? That means shooting them, putting up barriers to stop them, drive them out of their habitat.
Because we need to defend our food for the population.
Okay,
what I'm saying is we can't just now go and violate an animal just because we defend
you are
our crops.
violating animals. You just said that you did because
I'm violating
you want to live. Because you want to survive on this food. You're violating animals to get that food.
I don't blame anyone for acting in self-defense. So if you need to kill a human, I'm all up for you killing a human. But that doesn't mean I can go.
I wouldn't agree. I don't think you should kill anyone ever.
So you wouldn't kill a human in self-defense?
I don't think I would. No.
You wouldn't kill a human in self-defense?
No, I wouldn't want to.
So you wouldn't kill a human in self-defense, but you kill an animal for no reason?
I'd kill an animal so I can eat it. And I think killing a human, there's a big difference between killing an animal and killing a human.
So you wouldn't defend yourself? But you just said
I wouldn't kill them.
You just said I shouldn't defend my food from. Go on.
I have a question.
Go
Do you drink almond milk?
Almond milk?
Yeah.
I actually don't. I would though. I've got no problem with it. Why are you going to?
You would drink almond milk?
Yes, I would.
Okay, but as you know, like the Guardian newspaper. Do you know the Guardian newspaper? Big newspaper.
Yeah.
They've published a study that shows that to actually get the almond milk, to get the almonds that people like vegans consume as an alternative to regular milk.
Yeah.
Almost millions upon millions of bees.
Get it. Yeah.
You're gonna get your table. Sorry.
That's good.
Millions upon millions of bees are killed every year just for those almonds. So farmers are putting chemicals. Farmers are making sure that all these bees are killed mercilessly.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They're getting killed either way.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, things will always die for us to be able to eat food. Things will always have to die.
So you just disagreed with the argument. You've agreed with the argument then.
I agree that things die for us to eat. I admit that. I'm not saying everyone's perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Humans die. Listen. Animals and humans die in food production.
Yeah.
We agree on that, yeah?
Yes.
Animals and humans have to die. We drive on the roads and people die in car accidents. Does that give me the right then to go and do whatever I want to an animal or a human just because they die incidentally?
No, but we're not saying that. We're saying that you should treat animals well, but we should still be allowed to kill them and eat them and breed them so that we can eat them. We're not saying that it's right that we should abuse them. We're not saying that it's right.
But you are abusing them?
We're not saying we want to abuse them, and we're not saying that we are.
Yeah.
We're saying that as a society, we shouldn't stop eating meat entirely.
Why?
Because I think meat isn't necessarily
just because you've literally just said because it tastes good before.
I think it
are you a savage? Are you the one true savage?
I'm not a savage. I'm saying
if you're not a savage,
let me finish my point.
Please let me finish. If you're not a savage, why do you go around acting like a savage? So, for instance,
am I acting like a savage, or am I looking for a humane way?
No, because if you're funding a violent industry,
but am I funny? I'm looking for a humane. I just said I'm looking for a humane way and a kind, beneficial way for us
to kill an animal.
Without it going through the pain and horrible conditions that some places put them through. I believe that not every place. My granddad owns a farm in New Zealand, or he used to. My grandma's now.
I used to work on a farm in New Zealand.
Okay. And he's raised sheep. I helped him raise them at times. I used to herd them when I was a little kid.
Why don't you leave him alone? Stop bullying him.
And he would. I know he raised them humanely.
But he wasn't very nice to him when he slit their throat or give him a bolt to the head, was he?
I think he would use what's the thing that anesthesia to make it so that they can't feel it when he kills them.
Doesn't happen. So I've listened to you now. I've got your point.
I ate that and I know that he killed it.
Let's put you in that position. So just by chance you were born into that body. Just by chance, you haven't done anything to deserve being a human. You haven't done anything great to be born into that body. So if something can suffer just like you, like a dog or a pig or a sheep in New Zealand, why do they get such a life of misery? What have you done?
They don't necessarily have to have a life of misery. They can have a good life.
They do.
Okay, but I'm saying it's not necessarily a bad thing.
You're going to go and buy food now that comes from a factory farm.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm buying food from a factory farm.
Yeah.
Right. And I can disagree with what they're doing. Right. But I can still want animals to be treated fairly and nicely.
But they're not, because in a factory farm...
I know that they're not, but that doesn't mean that I want them to be.
So, yeah, but whether you want to or not, whether you want to or not, they're still being abused. Okay. So why are you abusing animals if you're not violent?
I would say cars kill people, right?
Yeah.
Do you own a car?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're supporting the industry. You're supporting someone making cars, and that car, eventually one of those cars...
Accidents happen.
Accidents happen.
Yeah. So accidents happen. So if you kill an animal accidentally, I haven't got a problem with that.
Do you pay your taxes?
Not at the minute, no. So I've got a business, and it's I'm not paying a wage. No, I'm not receiving a wage.
If you were to receive a wage, would you pay your taxes?
I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Okay. Yeah. So if you agree with paying taxes, you then agree to that money that you've paid going towards warfare and defense.
I don't agree with the tax system.
You don't agree with it. In the same way that I'm saying I don't agree with animals being abused.
Yeah, but who am I?
You're calling me a savage.
Who am I hurting? No, I'm saying you're not a savage. I'm saying
you just did earlier. You just called me a savage.
No, I didn't. I said, are you a savage? I said you're not a savage, but you're acting like a savage.
All right.
If you're not violent, why are you funding violence?
I would say everyone's pulling up.
You wouldn't kill an animal. You wouldn't kill.
I wouldn't kill an animal. No.
Why are you paying someone to kill an animal?
Okay. You also said.
Sorry. Answer that question.
I don't think I'm paying someone directly to kill an animal.
Yes, you are, because you're going to go and buy food now.
Okay, and I've said I look for food that has been for animals that have been treated fairly and killed fairly.
No, you don't know. Because you can't name me one place. You can't name me one place where animals get treated fairly.
Off the top of my head doesn't mean I don't do it.
And do you know how I know? Because every single animal that you have eaten has got this next list.
No.
Animal abuse, yes or no?
Not for this one, no.
Why not?
It's a washing basket, that's why.
I want to abuse it though. I want to eat it. Good to talk to you, man. Nice one.